Hello, welcome to Gospel Faith Television UK, Yeshua Television UK, Faith School International with Pastor Jimba Alex. What's going on? Yeah, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. The topic for today is Black North African ancestors. Hear that again. The topic for today is Black North African ancestors. When I say North Africa, what countries am I talking about? I'm talking about countries like Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, Egypt, Libya, and the rest. What happened to our black ancestors that originally owned the land in North Africa? And these are both countries that are mentioned. I've been thinking about this for a very long time. Black people originally owned the land in North Africa. So if you go to West Africa today, like Nigeria, Cameroon, Cameroon, Central Africa, Congo is Central Africa, Togo is West Africa, Ghana is West Africa. All these countries are majorly populated by black people. So black people were there from the beginning. And it's the same thing with the North African countries. Black people were all over Africa. Predominantly as well. Before religion came into Africa. So it takes me back to my question again. What happened to our black North African ancestors? Let it marinate. Let it sink in. Think about that question. What happened to our black African ancestors? Were they wiped out? I'm still thinking, were they wiped out? And if they were wiped out, how were they wiped out? Okay, I bring another question. Because the first question I asked was, what happened to our black North African ancestors? The second question I want to ask now is, where are our black North African ancestors? Because if they originally owned the land, they should still be there today. Okay, we're going deeper now. Let's dive into the deep end a little bit. So, put it this way, slaves. Black people were taken away from Africa, right? West Africa, East Africa, and they were taken to Europe and the Americas. Because when I say the Americas, I mean America and Brazil and Argentina and all these places, Chile, Guadeloupe, Caribbean. Right, so black people were taken away as slaves to Europe and the Americas. And that's fair enough, because that is part of world history now, yeah? Okay, but the question I want to... No, what I'm saying also is, the offsprings of those black slaves that were taken away from Africa, Central Africa, West Africa, East Africa, the offsprings of those slaves in the Americas and in the Caribbeans and in Jamaica and in Europe, we still see them today. So if you go to the United States of America today, black slave descendants still live there. They're visible. They're physically visible. So there's probably, I'm giving you an estimated research information right now. So if you go to Black America, if you go to America today, United States of America, there's probably about 50 million, 30 to 50 or 60 million black people in America. If you go to the Caribbean, maybe black people are in the lower parts of their millions as well. But at least the offsprings of those slaves that were taken away from Africa, we still know where they are. They're speaking English, they're speaking patois, they're physically alive. But if you go to North Africa today, the offsprings of our ancestors are not there no more. What happened to our North Black African ancestors and their offsprings? It's become a mystery. What happened? It's become a mystery. There's still black people all over Africa. But where are our black African ancestors? North African ancestors? Fair enough. The North African land was taken away from our black North African ancestors. That's fair enough. The land got invaded. You took over the land from the original people. But that's one thing. That is one thing. Taking away the land has been one thing. Maybe you took it away through religion. Or was it through genocide? Where our black ancestors have been murdered. Physically murdered. You wipe out a race of black people because you want to bring in your own religion. You abolish their identity 100%. What is this world coming to? Our black ancestors, our black North African ancestors, they're still crying out to me. I can hear it on a daily basis. They're still crying out to me. They said, Pastor Ojimba Alex, what happened to us in North Africa? The way they were murdered and wiped out. They said even in their graves today, they still harbor the pain and the disappointment. The invaders injected fear into our black North African ancestors, and they took advantage of them as well as their land. They got killed in their millions. Yeshua Television UK. God is good always. Is there anything God doesn't know? Tell me, is there anything God doesn't know? Our black North African ancestors are still crying out to us today. They're still crying out to us today. Because of the trauma and the oppression and the physical murders that they faced. This video is getting deeper. Share this video with your friends. This is Pastor Ojimba Alex live. Share this video with your friends and family. It's all about black greatness. Bring back black greatness. That's what we're dealing with right now. Black people all over the world, we need to know the truth. We need to know what happened to our ancestors. The rest of the world, they're accountable for what happened to our ancestors. We need to know. We need clarity, definitely. We definitely need clarity. Otherwise, these traumas are never going to come to an end. Our black North African ancestors are still crying out to us. What happened to them? This is the Faith School International with Pastor Ojimba Alex. Check it out online as well. It's our black North African ancestors that built the pyramids and the Sphinx. That's what I'm talking about. It's our black North African ancestors that built the pyramids and the Sphinx. So what the European colonizers are trying to do is wipe away our black North African history. Think about it. A land that belongs to black people originally, a land that black people owned for millions of years, a land that was given to black people, North Africa. We need visas to go to a land that originally belongs to us. Black people now need visas to go to North Africa, to go and see the pyramids and the Sphinx that was built by our own black ancestors. We now need a visa to go to North Africa, our North Africa ancestors' lands. It don't make sense to me. That is criminology of the highest order. That is criminology of the highest order. Our North African ancestors' black lands has been stolen away from us. And all we can do is just stand aside and look, like Bob Marley said. It's been stolen away from us. We live in a capitalist world where European education has taken over, and the real truth of our black North African ancestors has been hidden away from us. It's been hidden away from us. Yeshua HaMashiach. The real truth has been hidden away from black people. But whatever you are in this world, watching Yeshua Television UK with Pastor Ojimba Alex, God is good always. I want you to begin to teach your young black people, your old black people, because it's not too late. Teach them about the real black North African history. Teach them how rich our black North African history is and was. Alexander the Great, the Greek ancient leader, he destroyed most countries in North Africa. He destroyed most of our North African black ancestors. He destroyed them and he destroyed their lands and their archaeology with his Greek army. But that's a story for another day. What our black North African ancestors faced, it was really brutal and it was really cold. To be honest with you, they faced extinction. Check out the word extinction and get back to me on that. Leave your comments. Subscribe and like my videos. The topic for today has been Black North African ancestors. Peace, yo. Peace. Thank you. Boss. Thank you, boss. Thank you for watching.